Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Hobby Night. I am Angela, and today I'm on the other side of the screen than I normally am. It's kind of weird to me. Like, I also slightly moved where my computer is so that, because you might notice I don't have my microphone specifically attached to me. I have it attached to the computer, and it's facing more where I'm speaking, and I'm hoping this will work really well. Hello, everybody! Welcome back to another Hobby Hangout. We are here today to get started on some lovely pitch black Leos. They're so hard to see any detail on right now with the camera when they get primed black. And then a ghost white Tallgeese, who honestly looks really, really handsome. And goddamn, do I actually really like AK's primers. AK, I assume you're not watching this, but if you do, reach out. I would love to. Maybe I should reach out to you. I would love to work with you because I really actually love your paints. I think they're pretty awesome. Hello to everybody in chat. There are lots of you here. So before I get anywhere near painting this, let me just acknowledge all of you and say hello. Hello to William Sotai, who saw the words Tallgeese and immediately clicked. I understand, sir. I would do the exact same thing. Hello also to Havman, to Luke, to Neo, to Craig. It's lovely to see you guys in chat. How are you guys doing today? How are we doing on this Tuesday? I almost forgot what day it was. I don't know why, for some reason, like, the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, like, point in the week for me, I just get really confused in my head. Do I look as tired as I feel like my eyes feel? I feel like my eyes feel really heavy right now, and I don't know why. I'm gonna open this caffeine and consume that in order to make that stop happening. But I feel like they look like, I just feel like I'm really tired. Howdy, Adam. It is lovely to see you. Hey, Ojo, it's lovely to have you in chat. How you doing today? It is not Sunday. Don't lie to me, Neo. Do not fib. The screen got some getting used to. I understand completely. I'm not in my normal spot. It's because we didn't want to move. Hold on. This way. We didn't want to move you guys. You see how you're over in the corner? That would require us to, like, we basically were lazy. We didn't want to switch it up after we had set it up from the last time when I was streaming with Shay, which was awesome. And thank you guys for hanging out and just treating her so well. I really love having Shay on, so I really appreciate you guys like coming out in force and being really just kind and chatting, and we had a great time. And she took both of her Gene Stealers home, and I think they look fantastic. You probably saw me post about them on Instagram. But yeah, that was great, and she will definitely be back in October, so don't worry about that. I don't look tired? Okay, cool, good. I'm glad, because I feel like I do. Maybe it's because my, like, glasses are, like...
You slept in today. I
know. I don't know why. I just feel like the under... Like, you know how sometimes the under... Like, your bags, your eye bags just feel really heavy? That's what I'm feeling for some reason. And I don't know why it's so distinct. But who knows? You're doing good? Excellent, KO Joe. I'm really glad to hear that. Okay, let's go ahead and get started on our miniatures. Now, this is going to be for an upcoming painting tutorial / oh my god, Gundam miniatures, yay tutorial.
Speaking of that, so if you are capturing footage with recording, Angela,
yes,
you don't have to worry about removing yourself now because that'll be done in post. You just have to turn off chat.
Oh, okay.
Because I'll put you
over me. No, I'll still remove myself. It's
okay.
Not that hard, and I feel like it'll just give you a cleaner shot to work with.
You're right.
And besides, it's not that big of a deal.
Okay, fine.
Like, chat can live with not seeing me for a few, like, seconds or minutes at a time. They'll survive.
That's your opinion.
Well, and my opinion is law here because this is my channel, and that's what I say is acceptable. Hello, Lord Iron Fang Werewolf. Do you prefer me to give you your full title, or do you just like want Lord Ironfang? Because I sometimes want to just stop it at Lord Ironfang because I don't know, it's so nice and concise. But I will say the full name if you want me to. Black Country Apex Nerd, it was a good stream. I'm so glad that you enjoyed it. Like, honestly, she's a delight to have over, and despite the fact that I think she might think that I'm glazing her when I'm telling her how well she is doing at miniature painting for being somebody so inexperienced, I genuinely think she is picking up the craft quite quickly and easily. And as far as I know, like, and because we've talked about it a little bit, like, she has no background in art, really. My choice, okay, Lord Ironfang, I have chosen. So, like, that is... It's a genuine compliment. Like, I genuinely think she is doing an exceptional job, and like, I really want to get her to like, to paint like a full like team with me. Like, nothing large. Like, I don't want to like throw an army at her, like a full 40k army or something like that. But I would love to start her out with maybe like a kill team size squad. Because I think like kill teams like can have as small as like what, 5 or 3 dudes or something, depending on what faction it is, and like a max of like 10 or something. So like, I feel like that would be like a really approachable thing, and she seems to enjoy the painting. So I don't know, I want to have her on, do a couple more painting like videos or streams with her, and then maybe approach her about that as being like a video idea. So if that's something you guys are interested in, definitely leave a comment on the video, the last stream with her in it, that you would love to see her do like maybe a full video and like get her perspective as somebody who's not painted before, painting like a small army. That would be really cool. Rasmus, hello, it's lovely to see you. You just got into 40k, any hot tips on painting world eaters? Do you prime them in red, black, or gold? So I'm assuming you're going with what is that, their turned color scheme?
Yeah, they were white in the Heresy.
Okay, so you're going post Heresy color scheme. Honestly, like, I would probably say prime them in red if you're wanting to speed up your process.
See, I would caveat that by saying I would do a layer of black first, then do a layer of red with spray primer.
I agree. I definitely think you want to prime them. Like, I think you want to do like an actual prime. Okay. I'm gonna start over slightly to include what Chaos Cultist just said, because I agree with him. I think if you wanted to flat prime them a single color to help you base coat their armor, then I would say prime them in black first, then prime them in red, and then go ahead and do your detail work. I think that would be the best way to do it. I also, depending on what painting styles you're wanting to go with, think that you could also prime them in a very light color, or still prime them in either black or gray, but then do either a grisaille or a zenithal on top of that, and then use opaques or contrast colors to do your like an overall wash base coat, and then put your metallics and other colors on top. It really kind of just depends on like your personal preference for approach, but based off of what it sounds like you might be leaning towards, I would say go with black and then red.
It'll be thinner than if you spray prime it in black and then hand paint it in red, so you might as well just save yourself the effort.
Exactly, and especially if you are like that, I think that would work really well. So I think the easiest thing would be prime it in black and then prime it in a flat red color tone first.
And then, if your black isn't you don't have to worry about the nooks and crannies with the black spray that way.
Yep, exactly. The other thing is you could almost treat your red as your zenithal and do it from top down, so that you get a little bit of that black undertone anyways, to give a little bit of that grimdark grittiness. So do like a really like a semi-heavy top-down spray with your red after you've done your black, and I think it'll give you a really nice grittiness, and it might even leave your, like, the my god, the joints basically that they have in Space Marine armor, with that sort of weird ribbed texture. It might not even cling to that much, so you could, because you could probably just like paint that black again anyways, or use a contrast color over it to sort of mute it down, and then you've already got your joints taken care of. Like it would save you a lot of time, honestly, I think, if you do that. And I think it would be a little bit more dynamic, unless you just really like to build up shadows and highlights in a very traditional way. But I am all about finding ways to like cheat the system, if you will. Although I don't actually think it's cheating. I think creating art is however you want to create art, and techniques are techniques. But I think it would be really cool to do. It would also, yes, doing it with that priming method, as Luke says, would also allow you to do a whole lot of units very quickly. Because you could just, especially if you're doing the Zenithal method, because you could just have them all on like a piece of cardboard outside and literally spray from above them. And it probably would work really well. So that's my recommendation. You did a red and gold scheme and learned some lessons there, Nighthawk. What kind of, you need better paint and patience? That's fair. Red can be a little bit of a challenging color to work with because it doesn't have as much of the transparency problem as, say, like yellow does traditionally with opaque paints, but it still can be pretty transparent depending on like which brand you're getting it from, and that can cause you to need a little bit more patience when using it than other things. Oh, you're very welcome, Derek. Absolutely happy to help with that, and that goes for anybody else. And don't be discouraged if I don't necessarily see your question or what you're working on if you have something like that immediately. Just keep like saying it until I do see it, because sometimes I just get zoned into what I'm doing and I completely just miss things. And then you all get chatty, and then it'll just move it past where I've seen it. So I'm trying to be way better about that, but I'm just throwing that out there in case. So don't feel like I'm ignoring you. I'm definitely not, etc. All right, let's actually get started on these guys. Now I want to follow the box art a little bit, and I did bring the box over here. Where did I put the box though? I definitely grabbed it. There it is. Okay, so here's the idea, guys. I want to roughly follow what we're doing on the box here, and you can look in the me picture frame for that. So we've got normal Leo, the standing boy is going to be green. We've got our space Leo, purple. I'm so excited. I love the purple color. And then of course Tallgeese will paint like Tallgeese, and that's why we primed him in white, whereas I primed the other two in black. Now, I haven't fully decided how I want to approach this, but honestly, looking at what they did, there is some interesting stuff happening. I don't know if they just ran out of time or they're going for an intentionally like sloppier, like more like messy vibe. But I want you to, okay, actually look at the purple Leo first. Okay? I want you to take a look at the purple Leo first. Pretty clean, right? Like pretty clean look. Tallgeese also very clean. Okay, Tallgeese also extremely clean. Now I want you to look at the like legs especially, but also the shoulders of the green Leo. What were they doing? Like they just, I don't know if they were just trying to make like a pseudo camo, or if they were in a hurry and just got really sloppy, or wanted a painterly look. Or like, I don't know what's happening, but it's like somebody else painted these two and somebody completely different painted this one. And I have no idea why. Welcome to the channel, Jesse Peterson. Thank you for subscribing. Hello, Stacking Limit. How are you doing? But yeah, so I thought that was just interesting looking at the box art. But I think we're going to start with the Leos because, frankly, I'm a little nervous to work on Tallgeese. He is a fancy boy, and what if I disappoint Sex Marquise? I can't. I wouldn't be able to live with myself. Please stop sticking to each other, guys. All right. All right, so I think... Do I want to grisaille these? do I want to grisaille these up with their actual color tone? That could be kind of cool. Because then I could go with like a really deep green into lighter greens and get some of those shadows. I don't know. Again, I think they were in a rush. I just feel like the paint scheme. I need to actually show Chaos Cultist. Hold on. CC, have you looked at this box art for these Leos? Please compare them, the purple and the green Leo. Look at the like painterliness on the green versus the purple. I don't know why they're so different.
Because the purple one's a space Leo and hasn't been growing through the woods.
You think that's so? So you do think it is intentionally meant to be like weathering?
Yeah.
Okay. That would make sense. I just wasn't 100% sure.
Oz's Leo Force has got pretty banged up on the field, especially if it's based on, like, say, Troa's Leo in his flashback.
Oh, you know, that is true. There is I also just noticed, looking at it, to also, I think, help reinforce that it is intentional weathering. The feet on that Leo is actually extremely muddy. So yeah, I think you're right. I think it's just so weird because there's no indication of ground on the base. So he is just walking in nothingness, but looking haggard. It's definitely supposed to look that way. You're eating some porridge with Greek yogurt, rhubarb, and nutmeg. That sounds really good, minus the rhubarb, because I don't know what rhubarb tastes like. Like, not that, I guess it doesn't sound not good because of it, but I'd be like, what? I don't know if I've ever had that in like, I'm sure I've had it in something, but I just don't know if I have. Okay, yeah, I think we're gonna do that. I think we're gonna do some nice dry brushing, and thankfully, I actually have some beautiful greens right here. I think they may even be similar greens that CC might have been testing with originally on his zakus. His Zaku 2s that he painted up. Oh, before I do that, let me get a quick little spinaroonie of my two Leos primed up. So I'm gonna zoom in, focus. What was that?
I don't know, it's a piece of plastic. I think I just kicked it. Oh, the resin.
Oh, okay, cool. I was like, what did we drop?
Okay, lunch.
Oh yeah, did you not eat yet?
No.
Oh yeah, go eat. All right. Is it sweet rhubarb? All right, well, you guys tell me about that. I am gonna make you disappear, and then I'm gonna disappear. Nope, that's the wrong one. This one's gonna disappear. Haha. Does that look pretty good? That looks pretty good, okay. That's not what I need to adjust at all. I need to start recording. Don't be silly, Angela. All right, I'm gonna try one other thing. There we go. Ah, yes. So here is one of Chaos Cultist's Zaku 2s. The first one that he painted. I really like that. Man, that eye looks so cool. So that's one of them. Here's the other one. Which I really like the pose of this one a lot.
Yeah, honestly, that one actually ended up being my favorite.
I think it's my favorite too. Like, it just looks so cool. And then, dun da da da, Char. Look at that eye. Oh, it looks so good.
I need to clean up a tiny bit.
Yeah, where?
Around the eye.
I see.
I may not even see it on camera.
Yeah, I was gonna say, on camera you don't see it.
Okay.
If anything, I'm seeing a little bit on the leg that maybe needs a little
touch-up. There's a couple of places now that I've been away from him for a day or two I want to like tap him up with, but his knee got tapped at some point with some color that it shouldn't have too, but
he looks really good though.
Thank you.
I really like it.
Yeah, so he's like 98% done.
Sick. They look great. All right. With that in mind, let's go ahead and I'm gonna switch. We're gonna start with the easier boy to work on, which I think is gonna be a green boy, just because he's stable. And I'm gonna stay gone for a moment because I'm gonna start this green and get like just the beginning dry brushing. Let's see. I'm gonna clean this brush a little bit. Here, I'll come back while I do that. Bring you guys back as well. So his were painted with a combination of like standard acrylics. So he used mostly Duncan Rhodes Too Thin Coats paints, but he did use some Citadel washes, and I think on the green ones he may have used a contrast color, but I think for the most part it was more opaque models, or more, sorry, not models, more opaque paints, rather, is what I was trying to say. Rhubarb can be very sharp. It usually is loaded up with sugar, or in crumble, which is basically sugar vector anyway. Ah, okay. Okay, so it's tart but sweet, and then they just add more sugar into it to make it more sweet. So, like, what's the texture of it? Is it a root? Is rhubarb a root plant? Or is it like it's not a berry, I know that much, but like... You are absolutely welcome, Adam. I'm so glad. Okay, let's go. Where's my green? Where's my green? Oh no, I was cleaning this brush first. This is what we're doing. Come on, Angela, focus. We're painting today, girl. We got some shit to do. I'm really distracted because I need to write the script for my tank, because Chaos Cultist and I decided that this one, the better approach would probably be for us to write the script first and then edit the footage that we have to it. So that, like, my brain is half thinking about that already, and it's completely throwing me. Ooh, your food is done. Nice. You have to tell me what you made when you get back. It's almost like celery when raw. Okay. Don't eat it raw, though. Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. Like, I don't know really what rhubarb tastes like, but if it ends up getting tart and sweet like strawberries do, that sounds great in a pie. I will admit. That sounds amazing. Well, maybe there's a really great place at my farmer's market that sells pies. Maybe I'll see if she sells rhubarb pies and I'll try it the next time. You used to dip rhubarb in sugar when you were a pup? Nice. I mean, I guess that's one way to get your kid to, like, eat something healthy, but also have a sweet treat, right? Ooh, you would eat it raw, too? So what does it taste like when it's raw? Like, is it just bitter or something? Is it overly tart? It's a winter dessert thing? Okay. No, I'm not familiar with Mary calendars. I'm sure there's some places that, like, sell it at some point, like where I live. Hell, there's probably some farms in the area that might grow it, for all I know. All right. Nice emerald green. I think it might be easier to capture what's going on in the back of this first.
I've broken this out in a while.
Oh my god. I understand, but it was also like I turned my head to see what you were talking about, and I was like, holy shit, that's hot sauce in my face.
Yep.
It's true, you haven't. I hope you... Oh my god, I can smell my seasoning that I put on it already.
I'm sorry.
No, it's good. It smells good. Alright. Ooh, maybe I could try growing some next year, especially if I end up liking it. Alright, we're gonna disappear for a moment, guys. Goodbye. Goodbye! Alright, and then we're gonna start capturing... Okay, I'm clearly wanting to settle down here, so let me readjust my camera. That looks pretty good. All right, there we go. Got a little bit of that. Come back to it when I have a bit more. If we even feel like we need that. Oh, let me refocus. That looks pretty good. Probably, okay, I'm gonna use this hand. This is the one problem with working on like pitch black or like bright white miniatures. Although I think he's actually gonna be easier. Man, that AK white paint just freaking worked amazing. But working on like miniatures that are pitch black is that I can't see anything when it's on camera. I'm like, what am I looking at?
Hot in here to anyone else?
I don't know. Is it hot in here to you guys? Like, do you feel a bit warm? I mean, I'm okay right now, but I also have short shorts on.
Angela, I'm eating.
Oh, you're sweating because of the spices. I forgot you were eating. I'm slow sometimes.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit you in the face with the hot sauce.
You did. Listen, I put that out of my mind immediately.
Wow.
You're
no,
I'm just saying I forgive you for your near collision with my face.
This time.
This time. Made a couple Hot Pockets. Nice. I cannot eat Hot Pockets anymore. I used to love Hot Pockets though. Mmm, delicious. So what constitutes a crumble? Like, is there, like, is it just, like... Is it a type of pie? Because, like, when I think of it, in my head, I conjure something flaky. Like, something that has, like, dough that's very flaky, but I don't actually know. I don't know if I've actually eaten a crumble.
Really?
Chili challenge? Yeah, I don't know if I actually have.
Huh.
Are the guns on this? They're just silver. Are they just big silver guns? Hell yeah. No, they're silver.
I meant the anime.
Oh, well. In this, they look silvery, so I'm gonna...
That's fair. I mean, I made mine silver just because in the original Gundam, Char and the Zaku's weapons are just black.
Okay, are they really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize. I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense. Hello, Larry's Geek World. How are you doing today? The Leo designs are fantastic. I completely agree. So this green is working fantastic for an undercut or a base color for them. Let me actually look up the Leos from the show. Gundam Wing. Okay, so they're a bit more army green than what the box art's showing. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll go a bit more army green. A bit more classic. Buddy, stop rotating on me, please. The reason I was wondering about what color the gun is so that way if I have to worry about if I need to like super care about if I get this green on it or if it's really not going to matter. Turns out really won't matter. Hello, Robert. It's lovely to see you in chat. How you doing today? This gives you ideas, playing around with some different camo schemes at the moment. So doing a desert one instead of an undercoating it white. Do like a dark brown. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you want to, like, my suggestion for especially armor, like, if you are doing armor, are you going to be okay?
Yeah.
Did you put too much hot sauce on it?
Fuck no.
Okay, excellent. Glad to hear it. Yeah, no, if you want, sorry, let me go back to what I was saying before I started just laughing at hearing Chaos Cultist die from, like, just sweating, I think.
Great.
If you want to do, like, armor really easily, and you have a flat base color, especially, like, this, I think this works especially on tanks. This works also on, like, battle tech. This also would work great on Gundams. But I think it could even be applied to Space Marines, although I do think it works a little bit better on, like I said, the Space Marine tanks or, like, dreadnoughts or that kind of, like, the slightly more mechanical things. But especially if you're doing, like, I mean, honestly, with how big Primaris Marines are at this point, like, it probably would work great on them, too. So, exactly what we were talking about earlier with doing the black as the undercoat and then the red as a zenithal basically over top, or as what I'm doing, where I'm basically grisaling it, but using, instead of grisaling with the traditional, you know, mid-tones of black into gray into a bright white highlight of, like, your neutral color tones, you just do it with your color. Like whatever your armor color wants to be. So, and that way you can still push it past its base color into those highlights, catch your edges and everything with some lovely dry brushing or zenithal, however you want to do it. But yeah, if you want to do something that's tan, start with a, like, dark brown, like dark yellow brown undercoat. Actually, the very first time that Shay and I painted some Pokemon 3D printed miniatures, that's exactly what I had her do. You might remember, for those of you that were there, she was painting a Ninetales, and we had her use.
Do I look sweaty?
You do look sweaty.
Yeah. That was
we had her use Nazdrag Yellow as her base coat, and then we had her dry brush some paler tans on top of that until she got to her, like, bright yellow white, like, or like the off-white color that Ninetales' like fur is, and it worked really well. So yeah, I would highly recommend that. Evening, God to the Zilla. How are you doing today? We're all doing pretty well. I'm working on a Leo. That's what you're going to do for your knights? Nice. Yeah, tan color schemes are actually really fun to paint with, especially because if you go with that, like, dark brown yellow undertone and then build up to your bright tans. Good stuff. I can't remember if it was a specific, like, second founding or if it was somebody's custom second founding, but they did that on, like, a Space Marine chapter, and it was really cool looking. Tiger stripe camo would look really cool. I've actually reached out to a hobby store nearish to me, like not super nearby, but nearish, who I think has like the AK markers as well as the Gundam markers, and then maybe they'll end up getting the speed paint ones, like, or the army painter ones. I'm really hoping that, like, to go do like a tour, maybe pick up some stuff while I'm there. It'd be really cool. I've reached out to him via email. I'm waiting on the response back, but we'll see how that goes. Popped him right off of the cap of the base. Or my handle. You're going for like a bone color one? Oh, that's gonna be so cool. Doing a light inspection of some of the recessed areas that I may or may not have hit as well with the green. What's nice is we can still see a little bit of black in like the recesses, which is nice. So I've gotten a really beautiful just like gradation going already. Let's hope I don't fuck it up as we add highlights. Problem. My pleasure, Nighthawk. That's the benefit of getting these kinds of things. That's one of the reasons I like wanted to do these streams more, is because if you guys did have questions or something like that, then you can ask them and I can answer. And then you have record of it and you can go back and reference it later. And it may not be something that I might explicitly talk about during my painting tutorial, but hey, you got the answer out anyways. Okay, so this is looking pretty good. I think we're gonna go ahead and move on to a little bit more of an army green color tone going forward. You did DPM camo on a unit of Imperial Guard years ago and it looked pretty sweet. Nice.
Digital pixel.
Yeah, I think I
think.
That sounds right. DPM digital pixel modern? Maybe, I don't know, like that's what I thought it was too, but maybe correct us if we're wrong, Craig. That definitely needs a bit of the vortex mixer. Just pull it a bit more this way so it's towards the center and ideally vibrating things less. Other than the paint that's supposed to. Disruptive pattern material. Okay. I'll have to look up what that is because I actually don't know. I'm not sure if I'm picturing the correct thing. It's the traditional UK camo? Ah. Okay, hold on. I want to look up what that is then, specifically. Because I don't know if I think I knew that there were different camos for different countries. I don't think I had really, like, paid attention to what the different what the differences between those camos were.
Yeah, there's very styles. They have some styles.
So, DPM camo. No, camouflage. Oh, okay, it's kind of swirly. Oh, I see why. With some of the brush that you like might be going through. Okay, cool. Did not know. Okie dokie. Chat, we are going to disappear for a moment again. So I can get this next layer of green. I'm actually gonna get a little bit more of me doing a bit more work with this dark green still, and then go into doing the next color. Because, I mean, this is literally core to what I'm doing. Oh yeah, also, I mean, definitely need to fix some stuff up there, so. There we go. Okay. Let's go ahead and start on our next color. Oh, in just a second, actually. All right. Recording. There we go. And we're back. Thank you, thank you. I know, sometimes I drift, but we got back. Okay. This is already looking pretty freaking cool. Oop, sorry, let me refocus. There we go. Maybe a little hard for you guys to tell, but we're getting a really nice, subtle, like, army green coming out, and we're gonna build that up. Oh, this one? Yeah, that was from when I was priming earlier. My thumb. The nail.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me you've been painting without showing me that you've been painting. This is how you do it. I'm sure that what your wife got for $100 is probably way better than what this actually is. Cause it sounds like she might have gotten like a French manicure or something like that. In which case, very different and totally, well, I mean, maybe still a little overpriced. I don't actually know. I don't normally do my nails. But definitely not the same process. They're like manicuring when they do that stuff to get those like follicles looking great. I've done it like once or twice. There's some old videos on the channel actually that you can see of me with like big honking acrylic nails. They didn't get in the way of painting or priming and actually ended up being slightly useful in certain ways, especially when like either wanting to pick things up because I basically had like built-in tweezers. But it was the process scared me a little bit and I just didn't want to keep doing it. Also then COVID hit and so I couldn't keep doing it because those places weren't open for like a year or whatever. So yeah, that was unfortunate, but it was a cool thing that I tried once. I'm always impressed with ladies who like do computer work with them because I'm like, how? Like I tried, it sucked. I mean, I guess you get used to it after a while, but it was not for me in that capacity. Not when I was doing like, this was also when I still was like actively using a computer really regularly for like data entry and that kind of stuff. So it's like, welcome to the channel, Peter Holler. Lovely to have you join us. Thank you for subscribing. Okay, I think we're gonna come back in with another layer of this green. Okay. No, it's not my yard guy. They are really cool. I completely agree with you there. I'm too crafty?
Some say.
I mean, I guess some might say that's true. What can I say? I like making things. Built my first circuit the other day. That was cool. Just a little LED bulb lighting up. So nothing like crazy. But I've never done that before and that was awesome. Oh, do you mean I'm too crafty for the nails? I mean, like I said, I definitely was doing projects with, like, I don't know, they were about like that far off my, like from there to there. So, I mean, they were pretty significant. It is a mower, yes. I'm so sorry. Somebody's mowing their lawn, like one of my neighbors is mowing their lawn. All right. Let's look at our Leo. Let's look at our other Leo. Let's look at the other Leo, the one from the shoe. Let's see. That's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Leo, Gundam. Okay. Heck yeah, Sailor Moon. I realized I was gonna wear a Gundam shirt, and then I realized that all the Gundam shirts that I have are either like super old and like super oversized because I used to like to swim in all of my clothes. And these are like shirts that I bought when I was like a teen. And then the only other Gundam clothing item that I have is a hoodie that's quite warm, and I'm not putting that on right now. So I went with the best alternative that I had, which is another anime that got a lot of people into anime for the first time, like Gundam did, but on the complete opposite spectrum of it, being the hyper girly one. So I thought that was fun. The doors are coming along. I haven't fully finished them, but I did actually get a little bit more work done on them in between. So you can actually see the last two that we were working on live on camera were these two dwarves. And I painted their faces. And honestly, I'm pretty happy with what I did on her face, considering how fucking warped this poor woman's face is because of the sculpt. Like, her face got smushed. She's not done, obviously. I need to do her hair, and I think I want to do a little bit of cleanup around her lips a little bit more. But I'm really happy with how they've turned out so far. Finished the hoods and everything. Did more of her armor. So pretty happy with that. Yeah, they're coming along. I know, those rude lawn-mowing people. How dare they take care of their lawns and maintain it and make it look nice for the rest of the neighborhood? How dare they? Okay, we want to do a little bit of a highlight. I think to start bringing some of this out a bit more. So we're going to do that. I also think I just need to do a little more of this by itself with maybe like a smidge of a highlight in there. Yeah. Okay, that's immediately looking pretty good. So I'm gonna record this. William Claybrook, thank you so much for the $2 donation going to play BOTC. Have fun, Angela. Thank you so much. And I think you, sir, are the one who should be being told to have fun because you're going to play Blow in the Clock Tower. And that sounds awesome. Have a blast, sir. I hope if you like being the demon that you end up getting to being the demon. If you dislike being the demon, then I hope you end up being not the demon. And maybe you just end up getting to be a minion or something. I don't know if I think I've been the minion like once. I don't really want to be the demon, so I'm okay with not being the demon. That's too much pressure. But being the minion's pretty fun. So I hope you have a blast with your game, and thank you so much for the donation. BOTC is a social deduction board game. That is, the full title is Blood on the Clocktower. You may have seen me play Blood on the Clocktower with a couple of different people, such as No Rules Bard, and here very shortly, from my understanding, Adam and Blamco. So if you want to find out more, I would highly recommend going and watching those because they work with the Pandemonium Institute, which is the people who make Blood on the Clocktower. So they have pretty good rules explanations in their videos. But basically, if you are familiar with the social deduction game Werewolf or Mafia, it is a similar kind of game. The main difference is that unlike, say, in Werewolf or Mafia, when you are taken out, like your character dies or whatever, you don't actually stop playing the game. Like, you're not really taken out of the mix in Blood on the Clocktower. You actually, as a ghost, still get to do things and contribute to the game. So you never really stop playing the game, even if your character dies in the night. Because the concept behind Blood on the Clocktower is, oh no, you're in Ravenswood Bluff, and the host who's running the game, the DM, has been murdered by a demon and their minions in the night. And you have to solve that murder. Unless you're the demon, of course, and then you're just trying to murder everybody and win the game. But if you're a good guy, then you're trying to solve that murder, figure out who the demon is, and win the game. So basically, it's a bluffing game. Very, very fun. Lots of different character roles, lots of experimental roles, as well as like canon roles. You can buy a physical copy of the game, but you can also just play it online through the Blood on the Clocktower app. But very, very fun. Yeah, No Rules Bard, and then Adam, so in Blamco would be who I would recommend for going and seeing Blood on the Clocktower content, but there's tons of people that do it. There's also like entire Discords and like the Blood on the Clocktower website, like there's a website where you can go and play it with others. You can just jump into games if you ever just want to try, because they do run like noob games and everything. So really cool. I've never played live before. I've only ever played digitally. At some point, maybe if I end up going to like the UK and being able to either meet up with the NRB crew or Adam and Terry, maybe I'll get to play in real life. But have yet to play in real life. We're going to disappear for a second again. All right, let me just pull out the extra cash for me able to fly out of the country. And also, like, the thing is like, I'm worried about getting back into the country.
Let's not talk about this.
Yep, sorry. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see when that can happen. Let me just, I'll work on it. I'll work on it, guys. We need to go lighter still. There we go, that's looking a bit better, maybe a little bit more. Just kind of dry, darker than it is wet, normally. Normally that's how paints work, is they tend to dry a little darker than they actually look. Right? It is, I'm very happy. Like, I'm not gonna have to do much more, I realize, I feel like, on him. Smidge wet. All right. Get a little bit more footage. Let's take a bit more footage. Okay. See, the nice thing about playing online is that you don't really have to have a really good memory. The app actually has a way for you to track who you think people are, etc. So you can actually do a lot of your, like, sussing out of things right there. You can also have a piece of paper with you when if you're playing it digitally. Like, well, who's going to stop you from taking notes about who you think is who? Which, honestly, I would encourage. Now, I don't know how that works exactly when you're playing, like, with people, you know, like live, or like not live, but like in person. I don't know how that works, like, because yeah, I agree, you would have to have like a really good memory in order to like keep that, and I do not. I would forget things, which is why I also kind of fear being the demon, because I'm like, what if I accidentally forgot who my minions were, or like what they were specifically, what their bluffs were. It's just so much information to keep in your head. So yeah, I don't know. It's a little intimidating. That's so good, if I do say so myself. All right, let's take a look at our image. I feel like we might want to push it a bit more. I knock him over. Okay. Now, I guess I should probably... Yeah, that looks pretty good. I guess he's actually still a little bit lighter, isn't he? Yep, okay. Never mind. We can keep pushing it. Yeah, have you been playing it, Mike? I haven't tried the card game yet. I will admit, I picked up the bundle kit that came with these miniatures mainly for the miniatures. But I did like the One Piece card game, which I think is what the Gundam one is based off of. So I suspect I'd probably enjoy the Gundam one. The card art looks great. Like I've been really happy with what they did card art wise. All right, that's looking better. Okay, I think this is going to be the last highlight color.
That's looking good.
Thank you. All right. All right, guys, we're back. You played the card game for Gundam, and it's amazing, to be honest. Excellent. That's great. Honestly, I love hearing when people get into like a fresh card game. And as a Gundam fan, I'm like, yay, it's nice to see Gundam have a nice card game that people are liking. Yay. Okay, I think what we're gonna do now is we're gonna do a dark camo green wash, which I don't know. I don't think I have on my desk, so I'm gonna go grab it. Yep, no, I do not want, do I want Bealton or do I want Arthonian camo shade? I think I want camo shade, but you know what? We'll take a look. The Bealton would go a little bit more with the Trader Green. Oh my god, I just realized I did actually use Duncan Rhodes' Dark Angel Green on this mech. Amazing. I guess it really depends on whether or not I want to base it off of the cartoon version of the mech, of the Leo, or if I want to go with the more emeraldy look that they have on the box art, and I think I'm going with the classic look, so I think we're going to do Argonian. Should I do Bealton? I don't know, it might be better in the recesses. Yeah, there are some mobile suits in the Gundam series that transform. Wing transforms. He goes from bird mode, or like plane mode, into mecha mode. So there's a number of them that transform. They're not so much into the transformations, a la like Transformers, but yeah, Duncan Rhodes has like his Tooth and Coats line, and this is literally called Traitor Green. So what is that referencing, if not Dark Angels, right? Like, the man worked for Games Workshop for ages. He's totally gonna reference Space Marines still in his paints without being, like, official. So, Trader Green. Tallgeese, why not tall ducks? Because we're foul biased here. We have strong foul biased. I don't know why they called it Tallgeese, actually. I don't know why. I don't know why it's a goose, and I don't know why it's tall. Okay, I think we need to do... Should I just do a black wash? No. Should I just do a black wash? I think I'm gonna do Bealton. This sounds foul. Ah! That's the joke. That's the joke. No problem, Hammond. You don't have to worry about it. Geese are meaner than ducks? Oh my god, Robert, that explains it. That explains it. It might be a military term. I have no idea. Trader Green could reference the Sons of Horus. Oh, you know, this Trader Green could reference the Sons of Horus. You're absolutely right, God to the Zilla. Very well. May not be the Dark Angels, but I don't know. It's a pretty, like, emeraldy green color tone, which I associate with the Dark Angels. Now that I think about it, though, that would still work for probably the Sons of Horus, so you're probably right. It's probably the Sons of Horus. I think we're going to go with Bielton. I think I'm going to risk it for the biscuit. What biscuit, I don't know, but there's a biscuit somewhere, and I'm risking it for it. And we're going to see what this does. And then while this dries, we're going to switch over to probably our Space Leo a little bit. Is this going to be... You know what? I've chickened out. I put it on the palette and I chickened out. Dark Angels are your favorite Space Marine chapter? Nice. Wing is a bit of an outlier in that regard. No, absolutely. No, Wing is totally an outlier in that regard. That's because he had to be very special. He's a very special boy, my very special boy. I mean, okay, look. When I opened my fancy card, look what I got. I got the Hollow Hero. My little angsty teen. He's my son. He's not actually. He was one of my first loves. Yeah, I think this is just gonna work better. It's just gonna work better. Chad, it's gonna work better. The camo, it's gonna be better. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me and go away. No, don't actually go away. I really like you guys being here, but we are going to, both of us are going to disappear for a moment. All right, let's record. Because see, now, after this is dried, if we feel like we need one more highlight, we can. But it's going to look real sick with this. There we go. I figured out what I may want to eventually program into this Steam Deck.
Yes.
Turning off and on my cameras. I don't know if that's possible.
Very easy.
Okay, cool. That would be awesome. Because then I realized then I could just press a button to do it.
Yes.
Also, I'm going to screenshot.
I think I programmed it to do that for you.
I screenshotted. Sorry, go ahead.
I programmed it to do that for you in the past, but you never used it. So.
Okay, well, now that I've been doing a lot more flipping back and forth because of the way that we've been recording since, I think it'd be lovely to have it back. Ooh.
Alternatively, we just make you a scene that's just the recording and make a button for that.
Ooh, that could work too.
And then just switch back and forth.
Yeah, either way, honestly.
That would be simpler.
Okay, cool. Then whatever is simpler, but I think that would be a lovely thing that I just thought of that I'm like, would make my life easier. And then I could be extra cool. Because that's my main objective. I just want to be cool. I just want you guys to think I'm cool. Okay. I think that is the mech completely washed. Honestly, I really like what the wash did. It brought a little bit of the army green color tone back in because I had kind of... It gotten pretty pastel with it, so I'm very happy with that. Hello, Kaiser! Welcome, welcome, welcome. You finally corrected your misprint for your minis on your Crimson Fist army. That's excellent to hear. You're also almost finished painting it. You just need to paint 3 Blade Guard, a Scout squad, and some Vanguard veterans. Heck yes! That is awesome. I cannot wait to hear when it is finished, and I bet it looks amazing. I love Crimson Fists. They will always hold a special place in my heart. All right. We are done with that boy. Our next guy, I think we're going to take him off of his base. Well, God, he's going to move around so much. Well, no, we can just have him face down, I suppose. Because then he won't shift as much. So our next guy that we need to paint is the Space Leo, which is in purple. The best color. Try to change my mind. You can't. Look at my hair. Alright, we need to help, oh my gosh, to help these things stick on here more, I'm gonna bulk up my putty. Your first Gundam series was Gundam Wing, your next was G Gundam, SD Gundam, then normal Gundam, Gundam Seed, Gundam Seed Destiny. I mean, it sounds like you basically were a Toonami kid / Adult Swim kid. In which case, yes, power to you. That was basically my rough experience as well. I think I watched 8th MS Team. So for me, I think it was Wing, 8th MS Team, then Gundam, and then G Gundam. I watched a little bit of SD Gundam, was never a huge fan of that one. Like, they were cute. I picked up some of the models, but I never, like, really got into the animation. Question for me. Why did the Marines change from pointed helmets to the snub-nosed helmets? I assume because GW wanted to sell us more helmets. That's the real reason. Whatever the lower reason is, the real reason is because GW went,
I think they always wanted to have the grill faces, but they couldn't do the grill faces in the first gen molds because it was too high fidelity. And so then they just made a lore reason through the marks of the armor. That's my thought.
You know, that tracks. I would completely believe that.
Because beaks would be a lot easier to sculpt and mold out of pewter and all that in the 80s.
True, yes, you're absolutely...
trying to do a face grill.
No, you're absolutely right. So I could completely believe that. I absolutely believe that. You just started watching Mobile Suit Gundam Wing earlier this year and need to finish it? Well, that's no problem. I actually watched OG Gundam Wing, but not in its entirety. Mostly because when I was watching it originally on Toonami and or Adult Swim, whichever one it was on, I fucking got confused.
Because it's badly written.
It's badly written. Like, if you watch the English dub, it is badly translated, it is badly written. It also does not help that the original Gundam Wing director, I believe, or writer or something like that, ended up changing midway. The showrunner changed midway through. So basically, spoilers for a 25-plus-year-old series. 30-year-old series. But there's a point where, like, we think 2 characters die, and because we don't see them for a really long time, and that is one of the major changes. They were supposed to die, according to, like, I think the original director, and then the guy who came in and took over after he left, and I don't remember the reason why this change occurred. I don't know if it was like Bandai was like, we don't like what you're doing, change it.
I think it was too dark and they didn't want to have one of their, like, boy band guys killed, putting this dark mark on the series.
True.
That would then also probably rub U.S. censors the wrong way.
True.
When it was it was an anime aimed at the U.S. and Western market.
Right. That's true. So yeah, it's probably a little bit of that, but like, yeah, they changed directors after one of the main characters, like, supposedly dies. And then that changed, and it kind of changed the vibe. It also, like, threw things off a little bit because, like, the narrative, like, what the overall plot, I think, like, end goal was shifted a little bit. Like, I don't think it was super dramatic, but I think it was enough to make it extra weird. And so I never finished it up until, like, we finished, what, last year? Or was it this year?
This year.
Okay, yeah, so I finished it, like, a couple months ago myself. So don't worry about not having just started it and still needing to finish it. The Iron Armor helmet had no breather. The Corvus Beak armor had a full interior air supply. Oh, there you go. I never watched 00. Basically, I dropped out a little bit of the Gundam fandom and didn't really start to get back into it until, honestly, Witch of Mercury. Around the time Seed came out. I did not like Seed. Was not a big fan of it. Wasn't really a big fan of Seed Destiny. Which I feel like I should have, because it was a collab between like Bandai and Clamp. So I feel like I should have liked Seed a lot more, but I really didn't. I tried. I don't think I really watched much of 00 because I was just like, eh. I felt like it was just following in Seed's footsteps a little bit. I don't actually know if that's true. I think that was just my biased opinion of it at the time. And then I tried like Orphan a little bit.
Iron-Blooded Orphan.
Yeah, Iron-Blooded Orphan. And I don't know. I never really got super into it. But I think it's because they went extra dramatic, like, angsty, even more so than you already did with, like, all of the orphan boys in Wing, in Iron-Blooded Orphan, by literally calling out Orphan in the title. And so I was just like, oh no, this isn't really me. So then I finally got back into Gundam with Witch of Mercury, and I've also been enjoying G-Gux. From what I watched the movie. Yeah, I haven't watched
I heard the series went kind of weird.
Oh, really? That's a shame. Well, I had high hopes for G-Gux. I liked the movie a lot. I liked the premise of it, so...
They didn't do what they could have.
Fair enough.
I watched some spoilers about it.
Oh, like, really? Is that what happened? Is they just didn't, like, push themselves far enough?
Really, no. It's a little weird.
Oh, that's such a shame. That's actually...
I don't think they had enough episodes is kind of...
Oh, I mean, it kind of, like, okay, to be fair, I could totally believe that the studio may have had, like, a different or, like, more complicated idea or could have gone different directions if they had had a bigger budget. But I do kind of get the impression that this was, like... Well, it had a high budget, not, like, gangbusters budget kind of thing. But I really like the concept around G-Gux. Alright, I think what we're going to do, guys, because I need this wash to dry, and I don't actually want to clean my brush of all the green yet, because I anticipate wanting to do one final highlight color on my Leo before we move on. And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of a longer break to grab myself a snack and just chill out for a moment, and I'll be back at the top of the hour, because we're about 15 minutes from the top of the hour, give or take. So I think my plan is I'm gonna be back at the top of the hour. So for me, that's 3 o'clock, whatever your regional equivalent is, and we will continue on this beautiful. Here, let's do a little close up of him before I take that break. Like, I really like what's happening. I think we've got a very handsome army green color tone. But I think when I did wash, I did get the depth back into some of the recesses that I felt like I had lost a little bit. But I think I want to do a little bit of further highlighting on the model. So we'll do that when we come back. But he is looking really nice. Like, we've got some good color here. But yeah, I think I'm going to take a break, let this finish drying, because it's very close to being done, but it's not quite fully dry yet. And then by the time I come back from that break, it should definitely be dry and we can continue on. And then after that, we'll get started on our base purple for our Space Leo, because I think My guess is that the Space Leo... Okay, they went with a little bit more of like brown on the green Leo and then black for the Space Leo. But I think we'll still get both their base colors done first and then move on to their joint colors and just do them both together. Because really it's not going to be that big of a deal switching between the two. So, I will see you guys in a little bit. I'm going to let this guy finish drying and then grab myself a little bit of a snack. And I'll see you guys soon. Hello, chat. I have returned. My model still has a smidge of wet paint on it. Gosh dang it. I was really hoping that was going to be enough. Okay, well, it's fine. I'll just chat with you guys for a little bit while we continue to let him dry. I didn't bring my blow dryer up here, so that's on me. Yes, remember to hydrate. I have some water. Delicious. Thank you, thank you. Oh, I'm muted? I shouldn't be. This is definitely on.
It's sending a signal.
It's sending a signal. Are you sure you can't hear me? Okay, they seem to think I'm muted still.
Let me see.
You can hear me? Okay, you guys can hear me. Okay, Havman, I think it's you. Okay, I think Havman, you might be having something going on with your screen because everybody else can hear me. I did turn off the microphone and turn it back on. Maybe that helped, but you guys can all hear me? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, so I'm not muted. Something else is going on. You just finished your porridge? Excelente! That's fantastic news. Hopefully it was delicious. Okay. Our wash is dried. Let's come back in. Good, 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 good. We're back. We're back. And we're painting more green. All right, let's go ahead and get a little bit of this mixed up. There we go. Okay. We got a good color. Let's get most of it off my brush so we don't overwhelm what we've just done. And swap. Oh, that's right. I took both of your putties. That's what it was. Like, what happened to the putty I had on his base? Whoopsie daisy. Okay. I'm gonna do a little testy test with you guys real fast before we record this.
You can't do that on YouTube.
I can't, what?
You can't test testes on YouTube.
I can't test testes on YouTube?
Yeah,
okay.
You said you were going to do a testy test.
I understand. I understand
that
now.
That is forbidden.
Yeah, I understand. I gotcha. I got the joke.
That isn't the joke, man. You can't do that on YouTube.
Yeah, but I understood what the joke you were making off of what I was saying.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's fair. Okay, yeah. We can do this. So we're gonna go away, and I'm gonna record. Bloop, 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 bloop. Boop, boop, boop. Looks good. feel like I am liking that. I might do a little smidge chat of wet blending. On the shoulder. There we go. All right, then we're gonna do the same thing on this side, but I'm gonna capture it this time. Sick. That looks great. All right. All right, I think I'm pretty satisfied with that. Tiny bit of a highlight on this panel. capture a little bit of this since I'm doing a bit of highlighting work on top. There. I think that looks good. Wednesday is, every other Wednesday is D&D.
Although it also got thrown off a little bit because Shay had, like, a cold for a bit.
Yes, yeah. We had to skip a week because, Shay got sick and didn't want to infect us all, which, you know, totally understandable. So she stayed home and we skipped that week, and then we met up the week after that. So while we don't have any D&D tomorrow, I think I may end up gaming with Shay just online.
Ooh la la.
A little bit tomorrow, which I'm very excited to do. I really like here. Do you want to check out my Leo?
Yes.
My very army Leo?
Yes, I was looking at it from afar earlier. Oh! That looks sick.
Yeah, just dry brushing up from greens. What? No! Don't do that.
Look how bad mine is in comparison, chat.
Okay, chat, that is not true. Actually, okay, in comparison, I actually think I need to brighten mine more.
Well, no, I'm a 1979 Zaku 2.
I mean, you are, but, like, I really like how bold yours is, and I actually feel like mine is too muted.
If you do it, just do it on the edges.
Maybe. I think I need to put the other colors in there.
Yeah, do that first.
And then I need to see, like, and then I might do some edge highlighting or something if I feel like I need to. But I do really like what I've got going. I think
yours looks so much cooler.
See, I think yours looks so much cooler.
Because you're a girl. So you like the bright colors.
I do like the bright colors. I am leaning towards yours because I'm like, I mean, look at what I drink. I drink neon green liquid. I love neon green. Yeah, the next stream will be on Thursday, for those of you asking for the next stream. In which case, we'll be working on these guys probably some more. But I assume by that point, it'll definitely either be the Space Leo or Tallgeese. Okay, I think the green is good for now. I'm gonna not work on it for a little bit. I say that as it immediately put it back on my palette. Okay. Step away from it, Angela. Do the Space Leo. Paint the Space Leo. Neon green. No, you're right. They are meant to be more of a, like, just generic army, like, military unit. Hence the generic green that they are completely. Although this one's cool because this one we get to paint purple.
The depths of space.
Like the depths of space. All right. Nice deep purple for us to work with. All right. Let's capture the initial dry brushing. Actually, I want to brace it. I think I want to brace it down here. That looks good. There we go. That we can see that very well. That done, do some more work and come back in. Luke, have a great rest of your night. Thank you for stopping by. It was lovely as always to have you in chat.
Have a good one.
And we'll see you next time. Have a good night, sir. This is gonna look so cool when it's done. I'm very hyped about this Leo. Mostly because I get to use my favorite colors. Various shades of purple. Although to be fair, I actually like green a lot too, so the normal Leo works too. The one who could potentially be the most easy and or the most nerve-wracking is the Tallgeese though. Because he is a white mech.
I think it won't be that bad because all of his details are raised.
True. No, I haven't really done too many painting streams with CC like I've done with Shay. We've done like... Have we actually done like a painting stream?
No.
Okay, yeah, we've never done a painting...
Analytically, my face makes videos perform badly.
But we haven't tried it with streams, specifically. Like, videos, maybe, sure.
I guess that is a point.
But we haven't actually tried a stream. So you know what? Maybe I can convince him to come on with me. The problem is He's a bit camera shy. What? I think, like, in regards to, like, just...
Analytics say if I appear on camera, we make less money.
That's
not being camera shy.
Okay, that's fair. He's camera shy for that reason. Because I guess the majority of the viewers are like, ew, another dude. Bleh. Or something, I don't know.
That is what stats have taught us. And if there's one thing that never lies, it's YouTube analytics.
I don't know. Well, I guess it doesn't lie, it's just always constantly changing. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. You vote for an Angela CC painting stream? We're getting pretty good on this purple, like this really deep purple foundation. He's gonna look so good, like he is in space. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, I think we can start adding. Now, does like the Leo go more purple, like blue, or, ooh, yeah, definitely more blue. Okay, got it. Noted. Noted. Which is funny because they go way more red on the box. Fuck it, I'm going to more red design. I like the more red.
There's one thing I know from looking at reference material for Gundam is that like their color codes for deciding what the Gundams look like is based more on mood and lighting than it is.
Oh, it definitely seems that way.
Than it is like a hard, like, it must be this CMYK color.
Which is actually great because I don't really want to adhere specifically.
There's also been so many different variants, you know. I mean, the Zaku has been in like 50 variants of green.
True. Left-handed dragon, you haven't missed much. I've been doing a lot of green dry brushing. Hold on, let me focus. So
I was like, you should like meditate. Hold on, let me focus. I thought you were going behind me for a moment.
No. So what I've worked on so far is the green Leo, our little walking Leo. He started out being black, and I built him up with some dry brushing and a little bit of washes and a tiny amount of like normal painting on the shoulders and top of his head there. But that's what we've done so far. So we got our base green done on our Zaku. I need even more focus. Okay, hold on. I couldn't figure out which finger to do, so I'll do all of them. What were you doing?
Nothing.
I don't know. I was like focusing. And now we are working on our space Zaku, which is gonna be blue. You know, I'm gonna get a little bit of a dry brush of this normal purple up here since it's just very difficult to see. I almost muted myself, chat. I thought about muting myself. But then I didn't. Because I remembered that I needed to hide myself, not mute myself. And that looks pretty good. There. You're not into Gundam fandom at all, so this is probably out of ignorance, but what is with the pose? Oh, no problem whatsoever, Left-Handed Dragon. So I can actually explain this pose quite easily. He is in space. So this is meant to be like you're supposed to basically ignore this and pretend like he's floating in the pitch blackness. God, I wish I had something.
A common angle for the mechs to be shown when they are like firing, because these are bad guy mechs. These are like your Cobra troops of Gundam Wing. So these are like the guys who are setting up to like, oh, here comes the Gundam, pull out the big cannons, men, and fire! You know, and as they're like floating backwards in space.
Yeah, like imagine... Like, there you go, there's a little bit of a better visual. Like, so imagine he's floating in space. That's all it is. But yeah, it's basically meant to be leaning back in 0G, just as Nighthawk said it. So hopefully that helps answer
Because you have to brace yourself in 0G against nothing to fire an energy weapon with no recoil.
Absolutely. Beautiful. Listen, Gundam takes some liberties.
That's all
and then
science
also
fiction. That's all science fiction.
It's true. And then also makes beautiful mecha porn. God. Zeta Gundam, man. Like, if you want just beautiful line work
That's
porn,
a show I just need to watch more.
We do.
I've seen the highlight reels of some of its animation, and I need to watch it for actual.
Yeah, no, I've also seen highlights of its animation and just like heard people gush about it, but haven't actually watched much of it. And it's definitely one I want to.
I like weird Gundam, so I think I'll like it. So I think that's where Gundam really gets.
Oh, is weird. Zeta where it starts to go like?
I think some of the more metaphysical stuff of the Universal Century is in there. Yeah.
So I don't know what I'm gonna do for the base quite yet. So the interesting thing about these Left-Handed Dragon, I think we're gonna end up changing the bases as well. So I think for the video that I'm working on that's focusing on these guys, I am going to leave the bases plain for right now because one of two things is gonna happen. Either these mechs are going to be taken off these bases and put onto proper hex bases when the actual Gundam Assemble game comes out because they're actually supposed to be on hex bases. But because this came in a promotional pack specifically tied to the Gundam card game, for whatever reason, I think because these are meant to be your tokens in the game, as so your extra versions of the cards that you'd be pulling out of your deck, they're on round bases. But they are actually, the game itself, like when Gundam Assembled comes out, it will be played on a hex grid. So more than likely what's going to happen with these guys is they will be taken off these bases and put onto hex grids, or hex bases so that we can play with them. If they don't, my plan is to actually go in and, yes, I want to do something like fun with all the bases of the miniatures and do something like basically, oh my gosh, we talked about him last time and now I've forgotten his name again because I haven't gone back and watched more of his content. Gundam, I'm gonna look it up real quick.
That's what I was doing.
Assemble. There he is. Boile, I'm hoping I pronounced that. Boile Hobby Time. So Boile Hobby Time has a fantastic video that I cannot recommend enough that I would highly go say that you watch after this, where he has the entire collection of the promo packs of these models, and he did these really cool, and I also very much like his presentation style as well, but did some really cool bases on these round bases of just like little mini dioramas basically of each of the models. And he did do some space ones for these. Some of the bases I don't think worked super well. Like the one he did on this, I think he ended up just dotting some like white star marks on here. And for me, it didn't read super well, but maybe it read better in person. It just maybe is like the shots he got. But other ones, he was like doing stuff with polystyrene and like corkboard and stuff. Like, oh, for example, on this guy, the punching Zaku, he did a cool built-up corkboard base, and then had a little bit of like the you know, the landing effect of, oh, you crumbled.
The crater impact from the punch from the superhero.
But it wasn't, like, insanely done, like how they do and when they do pre-sculpted bases for, like, Marvel Crisis Protocol or anything like that. It was a little bit more tasteful, and it worked really well.
Nothing like a tasteful broken ground from a superhero landing, folks.
Honestly, yes. But yeah, so Boyle Hobby Time. Highly recommend going and checking out his Gundam video. Really good stuff. Oh yeah, you want to see the green Gundam with the? Yeah, I can show you. I can show you both of them. I've got the Zaku 2s, and then as well as my other Leo. And I can put this out and show it to you. So here is my other Leo. I should do a army green contrast wash over him. I feel like he's a little too pastel and maybe needs a little bit more saturation in his greens. I think is what's bothering me. But I like, oh my gosh, look how good these look. Gah. I love that green. I love that bright green. It looks so good. And I love the way that he did such a good job with that classic like Zaku Cylon eye look.
Key is making sure it's pink. Because they're pink, not red.
That makes sense. Here is the other Zaku 2. So good. I'm not going to put them that close to the edge. And then, of course, Char. God, it looks good. I really like the eye. Just stands out so nicely. I don't know if it's because he himself is pink and so he it pops the eye out better or something.
I'm sure it matches better.
But it's not even about it matching. It just for some reason makes it stand out better. I don't know why. Your father put one of those together back in the late 80s and when you were small and you always found a similar model and put it together for him. Oh, that's so cool. So yeah, like the nice thing is so these ones are the miniature versions. You can get normal Gunpla, which are the sort of scale model size. Like normally they're, I think,
they sell them at Barnes and Noble.
Yeah, they sell them at Barnes and Noble these days. So really easy to find if you have a Barnes and Noble near you. But hobby supply stores tend to sell them too. Anime stores. I think like even Hobby Lobby and stuff like that has a small selection of. I don't know if they have Gundams. I know they have scale models, but I think they may even start to be diving into that a little bit. But really cool stuff. Like I love Gundam kits. But I'm also really digging these miniature versions because they went together so well. Like, holy shit, did they go together so well. Nighthawk, it's about patience and having a smidge amount of moisture in your brush and making sure to put a smidge amount of moisture back into the brush when you feel like it's getting a little bit too dry. And I feel like you can literally tell this because it starts to, your brush will start to stick to the model, I think a little bit more. Like, I don't know, okay, maybe I'm an insane person.
Yes.
Who pays too much attention to what my bristles are doing on my brush when I'm painting. But I really pay attention to what my bristles are doing on my brushes. And I have genuinely noticed that I will get worse results with a brush where the bristles are starting to cling to, and I feel like I can tell this with just the motion. I feel like I literally feel like I'm having to like unstick the bristles a little bit. And if that starts happening, I add a little bit of moisture. Like I will physically clean the brush. Like this is my normal dry brush, okay? And I just dumped it in water. And I will just get as much of the moisture out as I can. It doesn't matter if I take off a lot of the paint that I was previously using. And then I will get it back to a semi-damp state. And that's when I'll go back in, reapply more paint, and then start going back in my dry brushing. Because with having that little bit of moisture in there, and I think I've heard, I am blanking on the dude's name, but he is like, dry brushing is his thing. He has like a line of brushes all about dry brushing. and it's not Siege Studios, even though that is the name that's coming into my brain, but that is not them. I think they use this dude's brushes. Artist Opus. I got myself there. All right. The Artist Opus, I think, has actually talked about this too, about having a little bit of moisture in your dry brush sometimes, because it can actually help. I think it just helps makes the bristles move a little more. It also
smooths it out more.
I also find that it smooths it out.
Less jagged.
Exactly. And so I just think it works really well. And I would highly encourage you to attempt that. Now, it may take you a little bit of time to figure out the correct ratio of moisture to paint in your brush and when you need to reapply moisture. Practice on some miniatures that don't matter to you. Like, honestly, grab one miniature and just keep dry brushing that one over and over again until you get a feel for it. Because I feel like you will absolutely be able to quickly improve on what you're doing with that simple trick. Exactly. It gives the bristles a little bit more flexibility with having a bit of moisture in there, which means that you're getting a bit of a smoother like finish. And I find it works really, really well. So I cannot encourage you enough to give that a try. All right, speaking of, let's go ahead and we're gonna move on to our next color tone. For our, I almost called it a Zaku. It's not a Zaku, it's a Leo. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna bother capturing it first right now because I don't think we're gonna see much color difference. Yeah, it's very subtle. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of this until we start building it up. There's also a trick I find to really figuring out the pressure at which to hold your brush. Yes, makeup brushes for dry brushes are fantastic. Now, for me personally, I know people love round brushes for dry brushing. I know that's what Artist Opus does, round. So, like, I totally get that, and I have used them before. They do work great. However, I personally, and maybe it's just me, maybe it's because I work on a lot of, like, armor, but I like an angled brush for my dry brushing. Like, this, I find, gets me the best fucking results. And it is, like, I genuinely can't recommend it enough. But I do think a good combination of the round and the angled can work. And again, I think the round probably is a bit better on more, like, organic models. Whereas I think the angled brush, I genuinely think just works so well on armor. Like, anything that's going to be angled or have sharp edges, I just like this brush more.
You're doing such a good job teaching that when you swore, I almost was like, no, Angela. Well, wait, we're not a family-friendly channel. Never mind.
No. We are not a family-friendly channel. Don't let your children watch me. I'm not appropriate for them.
Will someone please
think of the children? No.
Simpsons reference.
Indeed. Okay, so blending, a trick with blending, Craig, is one, don't be afraid to let the glass, especially when you're dry brushing. I can't say this as much for when you are doing maybe a more traditional blend, unless you're doing like a wet blend with it. But when it comes to dry brushing, key element. First of all, if you are having your main color scheme be a red, orange, or yellowish tone, especially if you're doing a dry brush of those colors. And this works really well on flames, but it also works just well on, like, I've done dragons this way, I have done squigs this way, I have done necrons this way, but with a slightly different, like, cool color tone versus the warm color tone. But let me tell you a beautiful trick to make your reds and everything really stand out even better, especially through dry brushing techniques. Base coat your model in a deep purple first. The deep purple will function as a fan-bloody-tastic shadow color tone. From there, you're going to gradually build up your reds, going from like a dark red into like a medium toned red. And then if you are ending up going with more of like an orangey color tone as like your final highlight color, or your just final like that's what you want it to be, just keep gradually building up into those reds until you start getting into oranges. And don't worry about cleaning your brush entirely. You don't need to clean the brush fully when you're going between colors. The only time you may want to is a little bit, you might want to go a little extra more clean, and you still don't have to clean it completely. I want to be very clear about that. You may want to rinse it between the purple and your red, but even then, you can let a little bit of purple still be in your bristles. Mix it with the red, you'll get a nice red violet, and you just keep building up from there. And then each time you change colors, don't clean your brush. Let those colors mix, because you'll get a nicer, more gradual, smoother transition. Because I think what ends up happening, especially when you're doing like a gradation that isn't just monochromatic, where you're going from like a deep version of one color to a pale version of one color, but you're actually going from, say, like a red into an orange to a yellow, like you would be doing with flame. What a lot of people, I think, do is they make it too harsh of a transition. They go, okay, I've done my red. I'm immediately going to jump into my orange, and I'm going to start with a fresh brush. Don't. First, maybe mix your orange and your red together so that you get a mid-tone. Dry brush with that. Then go into your pure orange. Don't clean your brush. That is genuinely a really great way to get a smoother, more consistent, more even dry brush, especially through a gradation like that. Like, I genuinely cannot emphasize that enough. All right, let's go ahead and I'm gonna actually record this next bit. Oops.
Camera die?
No. I just was off camera for a second. From the top down as well. Okay, here we go. Boop. There we go. No problem, Craig. Yeah, I actually, like, I know some people really don't like dry brushing as a technique. I think because they've had somewhat negative experiences with it, because they get, like, I know that there is a certain texture, which I even still get sometimes, but here's the thing. I like that sort of grainy texture that you get occasionally from dry brushing, especially on stuff like what I'm working on, which, again, as I said, is a lot of armor, a lot of, like, just hard things. Oh, yeah. And so I just, like, it works for me because it adds a little bit of weathering that I think things naturally start to get. And I am not generally working on something that's supposed to be, like, so crazy smooth. It's one of the reasons I don't do cars, for example, in scale models, because I don't want to be super clean with it. Like, if I ever do a car, which I know I have, like, the one that I did with my self-propelled gun, my Type 1 self-propelled gun. I'm trying to get that in my head. But I don't think I don't know if I would do it super clean. I might make it, like, a little messed up or something. I don't know. Dry brushing hard things. Exactly. It's the name of my new punk band. Hello, we're dry brushing hard things, and welcome to our show. It could work.
Oh my god, what was the name of the band in Daria that was always trying to come up with a new name?
Oh yeah,
Mystic Spiral.
Yes, Mystic Spiral.
But they were trying to figure out a different name. Sorry.
No. It was totally fine. That totally... God, man, I haven't watched Darian for ages. Like, it's such a good show. Will you have to do dry brushing when you paint your Blood Bowl team? Not if you don't want to. You never have to do a technique. It's always optional. It's kind of your preference. But I would say with a Blood Bowl team, probably not, unless you were like... I mean, you have undead, you could dry brush them. Do a nice grisaille on them first. That leans a little bit like bone color so that you don't have to worry about painting their bones separately. And then go back over all the other stuff like their uniforms and like brighter colors. Because they would be, your dry brush would end up being so pale when it was finished that you could absolutely, even with contrast colors, paint over top what you had done. So in that regard, you could. But no, never feel obligated to do anything. Exactly, Longbeard Dan. You never have to do any technique, only if you want, like, if do them if you're okay with it and you're both stretched beforehand. Exactly. Exactly. Never do any techniques, only do them if you're both okay with it and you're both stretched beforehand. That's true.
Consent is important.
Consent is important. Exactly. All right, we're going to disappear for a second again, get a little bit more of this. Purple is turning out great. Exactly what I had wanted. All right, we're looking good. Do I want to put the wash on now and then do my last highlight color? Let's take a look at Space Leo.
Off memory, that matches very well.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the wash at this point. Do I have the purple wash over here? I don't think I do. Can you give me a Druchii Violet, please? You started on your Bloodthirster's Cross Minotaur Demon. That's awesome. Consent and Stretching is a good name of a band. You're not wrong.
Perfect. Solution found.
All right. Let's go ahead and we're gonna now wash our big beautiful mech. Man, I am so hungry. No, sorry. I am out of snacks in the house, and so I am just like
sorry.
Really hungry. No, it's okay. And it's just getting to me. Holy shit, this is doing amazing things.
I wish Bob Ross said that in his.
Oh, it is painting tutorials? Holy shit, this is doing amazing things. You know, me too, actually. Me too. All right, stop recording, come back in. Let's get the rest of this wash on. You know, I also wish that Bob Ross swore sometimes in his tutorials. Could you imagine that? You know, it wouldn't, I would totally accept it too, considering he used to be a, like, drill sergeant or whatever.
Marine.
Oh, was he just a Marine?
No.
I mean, just a Marine, but, like, did he train Marines?
Marine drill sergeant.
Oh, he was a Marine drill sergeant, specifically. Okay. I didn't actually know that. I thought he was, like, an Army drill sergeant. I didn't realize he drilled the Marines.
Yep.
Hot. Beautiful, very wet Leo.
Wet Leo in space.
So it's funny that you say that, Michael, because I'm pretty sure the Leo existed well before the Tau fire suit.
Yes.
Or a Tau with a pulse fire rifle. So
Leo comes in the early 90s.
I think the Leo is what they might have been basing it off of.
Everyone called the Tau the Gundam race.
It's true. For a good reason. Semper Gumby is your Marine friend. Semper Gumby, as your Marine friend said. There you go. Oh my god. Okay, if AI could be used for anything positive, it would be so we could watch Bob Ross paint minis. You know, I don't know. Like, as long as his family consented to that happening, I think I would be okay with it. But it would definitely have to be with his family's consent. Because I personally don't agree with AI being used to replicate people, whether they're dead or not. Like, I just don't know if I'm cool with that. Especially since a lot of the people who, like, I feel like could potentially be turned into AI people, or like,
I just think it's
ghosts.
I'll be that person and be like, it's a slippery fucking slope. It's gonna get ugly.
It's definitely gonna get ugly. I think right now, like, doing people who have passed before AI was even a thing, I'm like, they can't consent to that. Like, they could never have agreed to their likeness being, like, reproduced in that way. So I don't feel like I can, like, can agree with that actually happening. As cool as I think it would be to see Bob Ross paint miniatures and apply his... The problem is Bob Ross's techniques, because he is using oil paint. I know people use oil paint on miniatures. I don't know if it would translate as well. It'd be very interesting for that, like, experiment.
ChatGPT turning a miniature tutorial into a Bob Ross style is what would happen.
Yes, that's true. Although hearing him say a happy little bolter with a happy little grenade launcher, so all the heretics go boom, would be fucking amazing.
Surely someone has done that.
I'm sure they probably have. But, like, that does sound fantastic, I will admit. But I don't know how, like, long-term I'd feel about it. Like, I wouldn't want them to produce, like, a full series or anything like it. If it was, like, a little, like, 30-second short of him, like, doing some of his classic lines, but applying them to, like, Space Marines or whatever, or, like, just painting miniatures, I think maybe I'd be okay with that. But yeah, it's such a slippery slope because, like, he cannot consent to it. And the only people who can are his family. And
that's not him.
But it's still not him, you know? So, I don't know how I feel about it. All right, we gotta wait for our little space Leo to dry so we can do our final dry brush. But honestly, he looks so good. That purple came out so good. If you guys are interested, this was a combination simply of Amethyst Rain and Sorcerer's Cloak from Duncan's Tooth and Coats line.
Amethyst Rain?
Amethyst Rain.
Is that in any relation to...
Chocolate Rain?
That was a terrible.
I don't know what it... I don't remember.
Chocolate rain.
There you go.
That's as close as I could do.
I can't do the super... Chocolate rain.
Yeah, you gotta be slow.
I can't go that deep. I can't. I'm a very high-pitched lady. And I can't go that deep. But yes, chocolate rain.
Working on it.
So these... I mean, I can go deep, but not like that. And then Druchii Violet is a wash. But it is literally just me mixing these two base colors together and progressively, and then until I get to a pure version of this for my final highlight. And that's how I got this beautiful purple. And he looks so good. You know, he at least stands out really nicely, like, on camera. My little green, my green Leo. Haven't decided if I need to do more highlighting on him yet. Purple rain, yes. Purple rain.
Purple rain.
Purple rain. I think I've decided what I want for dinner, by the way.
What?
Panda Express?
Sure.
Cool. We haven't done it in a while, and I'm kind of like... I think because I had a very light lunch, I want something heavy.
That's fine. I had a heavy lunch, so I'm like, whatever you want.
Okay, well, I mean, you can get like some vegetable stuff or something if you want.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because you had a huge ass taco.
Two tacos.
I was like, what did you eat for lunch? I'm just chilling with you guys for a moment while I let this continue to dry. It's gonna be a smidge. Let's talk about schedule for this week. So this week it's pretty normal. Tomorrow I'm not streaming. I will be reviewing and working on my script for my tank video. Because I wanna try getting my outline done tonight. I think I'm gonna write the script tomorrow.
That makes sense.
Okay. So yeah, I gotta get the outline done tonight, chat. Gotta get the script done tomorrow. Won't be streaming tomorrow, but might be playing games with Shay. I need to confirm that with her. And then on Thursday, we will be back and we'll be painting the mechs some more. More than likely at that point, we will have moved on to Tallgeese's base coats, which might even be faster than what we did on these guys because I don't even think I'm going to be doing as much dry brushing. I do know that there's a few areas on him where I think I need to go back in with a little bit more white primer, which I might actually just do with my spray primer off camera because I haven't started on him yet.
Yeah, you could just do another
and so I might just do another coat of that because I think I need... he is so... Like, the Tallgeese is so dense in regards to just, like, he's got a bunch of, like... The wings hanging off, he's got his shield, his gun and everything.
Thankfully, most of them are canonically white.
Oh, yes. No, I think that'll be fine. And I actually think I got pretty decently on the underside, but I think I need to get a little bit more under there. So I might give him one more just very thin coating of white. But yeah, we are going, but not tomorrow. So I won't be here tomorrow. Yeah, I'm off. I never stream on Mondays or Wednesdays, with rare exception. Like, the only time I leave those days open for me to take time off because otherwise I'll go mad. And also, collab streams occasionally happen on Mondays and Wednesdays. Especially if I'm doing stuff with, like,
the Brits
Europeans
mostly. Like to do stuff on Monday.
Yeah, like Adam really likes to do stuff on Monday, so I tend to leave Adam's, like, Monday open for Adam in case he reaches out to me, is like, hey, you want to play Blow on the Clocktower? And I'm like, yes. I would love to play Blow on the Clocktower with you, or Flip 7 or whatever else because he's invited me to play games with him a couple times for his content, which has been awesome. And I really enjoy that. And you guys should go check him out on YouTube because he's back on YouTube, for those of you that didn't know. And then definitely on Patreon. And if you are interested in, like, the bulk of his content, then you'll definitely want to join his Patreon. But so Thursday we'll be back. We'll be painting Gundams. Friday will probably be the last day we're painting Gundams, I expect. Like, I can't imagine it'll go past Friday. And then Saturday, I don't know what we'll be doing yet. But it'll probably be something. Actually, hold on, let me check my calendar. I may not be streaming on Saturday.
You have an OF stream Saturday.
That's what it is. On Saturday, I have an OF stream. So if you guys want to get spicy with me, I have no idea what my task is that I'll be trying to do that you guys will be distracting me from, but more than likely it'll be a distraction stream. Maybe I'll do some baking. I don't know. I haven't decided what I'm doing for that stream yet, but Saturday we won't be here on YouTube. I will still be streaming. I am aware.
Remember when you said nothing to do?
Yes. I sometimes miss that.
You should not.
And then I sometimes take days where I don't do a lot of stuff, and then I just have a horrendous time because I feel guilty and like really unfulfilled, so I don't actually miss it. But sometimes I think I do. However, I do a lot sometimes. God, I am genuinely... My stomach is... You guys can't hear it. It hasn't started grumbling yet, but it's getting there. Try eating another pepper, left-handed dragon. No. Although I did harvest some of my pinatas because I think... I looked it up, and I don't think I have the ones that turn red specifically. I think they go... I think I have the multicolored ones where they'll turn one color and switch, so I harvested the yellow ones. So they are available and such, but I am not going to be shoving those into my mouth right now. Dry faster, wash. It's like almost, I can see like the slight shimmer of dampness on it, and I don't want to fuss with that too much. Do I want to do anything on you? You're looking pretty good, honestly. I think you might be fine. I do feel like I need a little bit... I feel like I got nothing. You know, you're a joint, so you're probably going to actually paint it brown. Ooh, that's a good thing for me to do. While I'm waiting for this to dry, why don't I figure out what the heck I'm going to do for this brown? So on the green Leo, he appears to have brown shoes, brown hands, and brown ball joints in the arms. Got it. Balls. But also a little bit of gray and then red and yellow on his helm. You mother trucker.
What?
That's so annoying that what's the word I'm looking for here, chat? Great is red. It looks so good with the green.
Your choice.
No, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it like it's supposed to. All right, let's find a good brown because I think we're gonna need to do this with opaques and then maybe a wash. So it's kind of a generic brown. A generic brown. Noble steed brown, maybe? It is a noble steed. For the pilot. Who got me into painting models? I guess technically Chaos Cultist. So I've always been...
Technically.
Well, because, like, you introduced me to the Gamers Guild Club in college, which is where I sort of was introduced to Warhammer, which then introduced me to painting miniatures, because that wasn't something that I had really explored, like, as a kid. So... I would say, like, I don't think you explicitly went, hey, look, painting miniatures. But I do think you went, hey, look, this game, it's really cool. Also, you get to paint miniatures. I think that was, like, how it went. Because you were more into the game side, especially than the hobby side of it, for sure. Yeah. Which is totally fine. So Chaos Cultist is the one who got me into painting miniatures. But I've always been an art kid. Like, growing up, I drew a lot, I painted a lot. I just didn't have anybody in my life who was like a tabletop gamer. And so miniatures and the hobby side was something that I didn't really discover until college. Oh yeah, this brown's gonna work great. Okay. Well, while we wait for our purple to continue to dry, let's move on to doing some of the joints in our Leo. Because we can. And we're gonna go with this normal, like more normal painting style here. So this will be quick and easy. Yeah, that actually is gonna work great because I think with a wash over it, it'll darken. All right, now it is the entire shoe except for the round bit there. Is it the heel? Yes. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Turner. Oh my god. You want to know what makes painting anime characters and like mecha really, really easy? Japan is fucking obsessed with character turnarounds. They love them a good schematic of a character's turnaround. And I appreciate the hell out of them for that because I have both the front and back in great detail of these mechs and it is so good. I really wish that like GW would do that sometimes. All right, let's get his shoes into focus. And then we're gonna disappear. Whoop, whoop. And we're gonna start recording. All right, that looks good. And come back. Steady hand is a sign of a pro. That's fair. Okay, just making sure that I'm getting it all correct. Okay, looking good. Got a little bit more on this back heel, on this first foot, and then we can move on to the other one. Okay, that looks good. Let's go ahead and do the other one. The shoe is almost complete. Honestly, this was like pretty effing good color for this. Your store's or your town has always had a Games Workshop store. That makes sense.
Brag about it.
Yeah, way to be fancy and special and have like Games Workshop stores just hanging around when you were a kid. No, that's genuinely really cool. I think the first miniature I actually painted was a D&D miniature. Specifically a Reaper Bones. One of their old metal ones. May I?
Keep it.
Thank you. Thank you for subscribing, Michael James Lawrence. It's lovely to have you join our community. Oh, 5 minutes. Totally fine about the mistake I muted earlier. Not a big issue.
Panic!
Ah! No, genuinely, it's totally fine.
All good.
Is there gonna be... Oh, yeah, the ball joints.
Heh. You're the one who says it.
It's because it's what it's called.
Sure.
It is.
Listen, you're the one who keeps bringing up the testicular joints, okay?
Sir.
Ma'am.
They're not testicular joints.
Then stop calling them that.
They're ball joints. Because they're a
So
ball shape.
Crude.
They're a ball shape. Not a testes shape.
At least you're going to use the scientific word so it's not crude.
Yes. That's exactly what I'm doing.
Which was my point.
Oh my god.
You cannot help in this circumstance.
No, you're right. Oh my Satan.
I don't think he's helping either. There's no help.
Damn it. Slanesh might help me.
You know, maybe, but I doubt it.
What? Why won't Slanesh help me?
Because I'm trying not to be sacrilegious against any faith.
Okay, fair enough.
Or I'm trying to be equally sacrilegious against all faiths, if you want to be insulted by it. I suppose it's one way or the other. It's the Lubby approach.
There you go. Alright, that's painted. And then the last thing that needs to be brown are his hands. Like his little fingers.
I like to imagine they knit really big leather gloves.
Yes.
Or sewed together, I should say.
Yes, yes, yes. No, they knit him big leather gloves.
We're gonna have big cords of leather.
Yes. What do you mean rude?
I'm fighting corn.
Oh, corn's being rude. I thought you were saying I was being rude, and I'm like, what?
Playing Total War.
Fancy. Leather netting, there you go. Surely you can weave leather.
Well, I mean, weaving is I mean, yeah, I've seen, like, baseball mitts have woven leather parts.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And I guess for a mech, it would probably work.
Right? There you go. Alright. And then the main other thing... Thankfully, we can't really see the elbow joints, so that's sick. Which means it's just the little thingamadoodle on the front, which we can't see because it's covered by his little arm. Cool. Great. Awesome. Love it. So it's just the ball joints.
You chose to marry this almost 11 years ago.
That's true.
We'd almost forgotten our wedding anniversary.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we definitely did when we scheduled our last dentist appointment.
Yeah, we scheduled.
Can we accidentally scheduled a dentist appointment?
I think she just was like, "Is this date okay?" And I was like, "Sure, whatever."
Yeah, I think we were too, because we were like, we just want to leave, and we weren't paying attention. I've rescheduled it since. There we go. You just need to paint some of this stuff that's on the other side. Find me being quiet for a moment, folks. I'm just working on slightly delicate stuff. So I'm just concentrating a bit. I'll be back with you all in a sec. There's like one angle on the joint that I'm just really trying to be careful about. There we go. Oh, and then the underside here. Let's not forget that. We're making some great progress. You're gonna paint Dave's boots and gloves? Excellent. Your mom was an art teacher assistant. You love 40K painting scenes and lore just as much? Nice. Did your mom ever paint miniatures? Like, not necessarily 40K miniatures, but like, did she do any like busts or like fantasy characters or anything like that? Or was she doing more of like canvas painting? Okay. Ooh, nope. There. That is looking good. Cool. She did some clay sculptures and some Japanese style wave painting, but you can't remember the name of the style. Oh yeah, the Ukekio or something like that. It started with a U. Let me look it up. Ukiyo. Ukiyo-e. Ukiyo-ye, which is what the tsunami like painting is. That's really cool. I love that style of painting. I have a couple of like neat samurai prints that are done in that style of art, and they look awesome. You've actually probably seen it in one of the tour videos when we're going up and down the stairs. There's like one on the wall. I haven't framed the other one, but that one's framed. Oh, I just realized, is that his knee joint from the front? I think you would see it, yes. Okay, let's paint that. Right? Yeah, that would definitely be it. Although, okay, no, they just don't show him walking there. You would see it. Okay. I think we even see a tiny sliver of it, right? It's spelled UKIYO-E is how the painting style is spelled. The only wireless earbuds I've ever used have been Apple AirPods. I have one other style that I've used a little bit, and that's been fine, but I don't use them super regularly. I actually like wired headphones a lot of the times. So I don't have a good suggestion for headphones. Chaos Cultist, do you have any good suggestions for Havman for headphones he should check out if he likes wireless ones?
I don't, but check out Linus Tech Tips' channel. They will have something for it.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Linus Tech Tips.
Yeah.
Wireless earphone recommendations. We'll pull it up.
Yeah, exactly. I would recommend looking up Linus Tech Tips. Linus Tech Tips. And then wireless headphone options. I use Razer for like my computer ones that I have just plugged into my desktop. But they're kind of expensive. I think they're good quality, but they are kind of expensive. But beyond that, like I don't really have. I end up caring more about like the specs of my actual PC than I do like.
You're not an audiophile.
I'm not an audiophile, so I don't really pay attention to like really good headphones or anything like that. I'm not the best person to actually ask a recommendation for that, but that's why I recommend going to Linus Tech Tips. His channel is all about recommendations and tech stuff, so really great source. You take your cycling and walking, you can still listen to him outside in the world. What do you use? I think we're gonna do actually a black wash on these brown sections. Use Shock's Arab. That's your headphones name. Sorry, I thought that was like a paint name for some reason. I don't know why, but I did. Got it. Okay, well there you go, Havman. Maybe check out those ones. Recommendation from chat. Alrighty. That is our wash on the brown. This one will not take nearly as long to dry as the last one, considering it's way lighter. We forgot a little bit here. And those front knee joints. There we go. Oops, I forgot to bring myself back even though I'm not recording anymore. Bam, bam. Do I really feel like I need to highlight the joints? Maybe. Maybe. All right, I think the last thing we'll do before we call it for the day, need some good progress on our Leos. Let's get a little bit more of a brighter purple out again for our last highlight on our Space Leo. Which I'm gonna go ahead and capture. Sorry.
What happened?
Oh, I just was out of focus for them for a moment. Like, not while recording, but like just while streaming. Ooh, you just DoorDash Taco Bell? Heck yeah. All right, I think, oop, there we go. I think that looks good. Thank Thank you. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out. All right, I think that is going to be it for today. We are at 4:56, so we're just at the point where I would normally be calling it anyways. And I think we made some great progress. We got both of the Leos pretty significantly painted. Obviously, we did the majority of the work on them today. Even got some of the joints done on our green Leo. The purple one is going to end up having black joints according to the images, so should be actually even more straightforward than this guy. But I'm really happy with how he's turning out. We have a little bit of detail work to do on both of these when we probably see you next, but we will probably be starting on Tallgeese next time. So that'll be on Thursday. I hope I will be able to see you guys here hanging out with me again. Thank you to everybody that was here today. I really appreciate you hanging out with me, chatting with me, and frankly, I loved seeing that you guys are actually working on projects as well. That always really makes me happy. So thank you guys for sharing that with me. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I will see you guys next time, which will be on Thursday at 1 p.m. Pacific time or your regional equivalent. Anyways, until then, I have been Angela, and I hope you have a wonderful hobby night, everybody. Bye.